Good Thursday afternoon, everybody. My name is Eli Robinson. I am the Chief Trivia Officer of Water Cooler Trivia. So happy to have you here. We are a trivia game for companies, offices, organizations, groups all over the English-speaking world to enjoy each other's company, increase connectivity, camaraderie in Slack, Teams, email, whatever it is that you guys use to stay connected. And then I show up here every week and go over that week's game. This week's game, of course, called Goal in honor of the World Cup, which we find ourselves in as we speak. When we look at the performance for this week's quiz, just over 4,900 people taking it. Of course, we're doing this on a Thursday, so a little bit fewer than you might used to be seeing. A median of 7, average point 7.28, a little bit lower than normal, but we still saw a submission rate fairly high. We think it's because the hard questions were very accessible, and so we hope that people really enjoyed them. But a nice curve around 7, 7.5 that you see here from this week's quiz. Let's get into it. Each World Cup is officially put on by the Federación Internacional de Football Association, founded in 1904 for the purposes of governing international soccer matches. What four-letter acronym does the organization go by and also lend to the world's most popular soccer video game franchise? That would be FIFA. FIFA, 97% correct. Of course, you can find FIFA right there in the clue. Also, somebody wrote in and let us know that EA Sports no longer has a FIFA contract, and so starting next year, the game will be called something different. Pretty cool. Question number 2 of the official song of the 2010 World Cup, Vuvuzelas and All, was titled Waka Waka, This Time for Africa, and was sung by what Colombian recording artist, also known for her pelvis not bearing false witness, aka her hips not lying? That would be Shakira. Yes. Shakira, probably one of the most famous singers in the world, 94% correct. Number 3, an official sponsor since 1978 was stadium advertising at every World Cup match. 50. Which Atlanta-based soft drink company will celebrate the magic of the competition with their ad campaigns this year? That would be Coca-Cola, 88% correct. Coca-Cola released this really fun track, a cover of Queen's It's Kinda Magic in honor of the World Cup. Yeah, I've been singing that all week as well. Fun. Next question, also home to the granddaddy of them all. Thank you, Keith Jackson. College football bowl game each New Year's Day. What floral Pasadena Stadium hosted the final of the goalless 1994 World Cup final between Brazil and Italy? That would be the Rose Bowl. We accepted Rose Dome, Rose Stadium, Rose Field, Rose Coliseum, Rose just about everything. We thought that was good enough. 89% correct. Countries like Soviet Union, Yugoslavia, and Czechoslovakia all experienced some success at the World Cup. But what is the only nation to have won a World Cup and no longer exists as of 2022? That would be West Germany at 56% correct. So this was a multiple choice question. The only two options were East Germany and West Germany. That was a suggestion from our quizmaster, and it turned out to be a really good one. The nation of Germany now claims West Germany's championships, but West Germany, I believe, a 3-time winner. Arguably the second most popular sport in the world after soccer, what lucky sport has defensive positions named gully, silly mid-off, and deep mid-wicket? That would be cricket. I guess that rhymes with wicket. And we can thank India and Bangladesh and their large populations for how popular cricket is all around the world. At the 2022 World Cup, Stephanie Frappart from France, Rwandan Salima Mukansanga, and Yoshimi Yamashita from Japan will become the first women to ever work at what official job during a major men's tournament? That would be referee, 90% correct. We accepted referee, umpire, linesman, linesperson, VAR, umpire, whatever y'all picked, even though referee was technically, or on-field referee was technically the correct answer. We figured we'd give it to you. Next question, of course, the sport played at the World Cup is called football, almost everywhere in the world. For a couple places like the U.S., which call it soccer. To delineate between the two sports, the rest of the world often calls the game blank football after the hashes and yard lines of a cross-hatched cooking surface. So we had a lot of people write in and say that around the rest of the world it's called American football, and it is called American football. But one of the other words that people use is gridiron football. Gridiron football, the gridiron, not grid, which some people wrote. 1930 was the year of the first World Cup and also the only time the United States finished in the top 4. Which South American country, with the final being held at Estadio Centenario in Montevideo, was not only the host but also the winner? That would be Uruguay, only 38% correct. We figured if we gave you Montevideo, maybe it would be a little bit higher. But Uruguay is correct. Yeah, people don't realize. I think Uruguay's won 2 World Cups. Not in a long time, but still very a proud soccer nation. Last question I saved was actually not the last question of the quiz, but wanted to go over with y'all for a little bit of enjoyment. What two-word soccer term is used to describe when a goalkeeper in their defense is able to prevent the other team from scoring the entire match? Around the house, you may hear this term after someone has laundered the bed linens. That would be a clean sheet. Now, we get the opportunity at Water Cooler to see all the wrong answers that come through. And some of them, I just did a control F for like everyone that had sheet. So I really like dry sheet, hot sheet, dirty sheet was a good one, soiled sheet, stiff sheet, change the sheets. Like all of these are absolutely fantastic, but unfortunately the answer that we were looking for is clean sheet, but thank you for making us laugh for those of you who didn't get it right. Here's the question by question performance. You can see 6 of the questions being rather on the easy side and then 4 of them being quite difficult. And then there's that curve one more time, around 7.5 or just short of 7.5 for the average. My name is Eli Robinson. I'm the Chief Trivia Officer here at Water Cooler Trivia. Next week, we start a 2-week Christmas-themed game, actually 2 separate games, and we will see what you are getting on the first day of Christmas. Until then, keep on triving on.